Topping Talks. 105 hours a week, can't be beat. Welcome to Topping Talks. Topping Talks is a Topping Tribune production, and today's episode is probably sponsored by Topping Technologies and ExpressVPN. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Guy says he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also sponsored by ExpressVPN. Are you part of the 3.6% of Americans who still care about your privacy? If you are, then perfect. ExpressVPN can assist. Even though 96% of stats are made up on the spot, ExpressVPN does give a 100% guarantee via the 30-day back money guarantee. Now, without further ado, today I am proud to say I'm interviewing David Chukhman, who is the CEO of Tritek Window Tinting. Thanks for coming on the show.
Man, it's an honor to be here. It's our second time to do this, so thanks for having me back out.
Absolutely. It's been a couple years, but wanting to get back the clock for the folks who are tuning in for the first time, how did you first get into tint, and what is Tritek?
Well, Tritek Window Tinting is basically it is the number one window tint, paint protection film, a ceramic coating company in all Dallas-Fort Worth. We purchased the most film at pretty much anybody in DFW, and we just got multiple awards for being the biggest window tint dealer in the central United States with XPEL window films.
Nice.
And we have a really high standard for what we do, and we're always growing, learning, getting better. And we're doing automotive, residential, and commercial window tint, paint protection film on vehicles, and ceramic coatings, and just always getting better.
That's awesome. So winding back the clock a couple years, do you still remember your first tint job you ever did?
Yeah. When I was 15 years old, which was about 28 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I got to do a MR2, 1991 MR2 turbo as my own. I had a buddy working at a tint shop, and they were letting me kind of play around with it and learn. And that was like the first window I ever did.
Oh, that's awesome. Did it have air bubbles, or when I could only imagine if I attempted my first time, I'd have probably half of it would just be air bubbles and bugs stuck in it if it was me.
It wasn't too bad because they put me on the easiest window on the car. It has like a little solid quarter glass. Oh, yeah. And I had professional help to kind of show me the right way, so it was pretty good.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and I have to ask the gearhead of me, did it have a stick shift, or what kind was it?
Yeah, it was a 5-speed,
nice.
Of course, 4-cylinder turbo engine.
Yeah.
And back then, it was a really fun car. It was actually very quick.
Oh, they've become collectibles, too, because everyone's realized, oh, my gosh, that's a great bang for your buck and a fun little car.
Yep, I loved that car. I still love them.
They're so cool.
Yep. And
then did you move on from there? And do you get an official job there? Or what was it like getting into the industry?
Yeah, that's actually how I started.
Oh,
After that, they brought me on for minimum wage. Back then, it was like maybe $5.15, $5.05 an hour.
Oh, my gosh, really?
And they gave me a razor blade and said, go take tint off and scrape the tint off and, clean windows, pick up trash. And that's how I started.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yep.
And what was that company name again?
It was North Texas Auto Salon. It's no longer around.
Oh, okay.
The owner is a really nice guy. His name was JP, but he's still around. Just a great guy. I know. In fact, he actually helped me learn. Obviously, it was the first place I worked. He taught me a lot. Him and his employees. But later down the road, it's really ironic because I have a guy now that works with me named Robert, and he trained Robert. So
really?
Like maybe 10, 15 years later, he met Robert and trained Robert too. And, we got the same memories about the guy. And Robert's amazing too. So
That's
it's
awesome.
very, very ironic, but also kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely. And how did you know it was for you right off the bat, or what really got you interested into it?
Just cars. I wanted to be around cars.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to work in food. They put me as a bus boy. I just wanted to be like the reception person or whatnot. When at the front that says hello, they made me a bus boy. I didn't like getting dirty and carrying stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I made some pizzas. I've done a lot of things. Cashier. And when I got around the cars, and you get to work on cars, be around cars, drive the cars.
Yeah.
What's better than that for a gearhead? And you get to pick up like new dealership cars and stuff like that. So that really hooked me. And two, you're kind of in your own world. As long as you're doing your job and getting things done, nobody bugs you. You can listen to music.
Oh, yeah.
Talk on your phone as long as you're getting stuff done. So I was kind of hooked to that.
Do you remember, so when you very first started, what was like the first car that you worked on where like, you're just really shocked, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I get to work on this?
Gosh, that's a great question. There's so many that I don't know right off the bat. I can't even remember. Because it's been so long. I mean, you're talking almost 3 decades.
Oh my gosh, time flies.
I just love cars. Like what comes to mind is the second job I had, we had a Lexus dealership, Acura dealership.
Oh, nice.
A Mercedes dealership, and they were sending me to pick them up.
Oh, really?
So, you know, from the basic to the top of the line, I got to drive it, and that's what really comes to mind.
Was that during the era of the first gen NSX?
I don't think I ever got that lucky.
Oh, no.
They probably would have called the owner back then of the company.
Right.
But this was about 2000. Right around there. So I do remember at that job we had a 2000 Z06 in the shop for the first time, the hard top.
Yeah.
It was like a 99 or 2000. Probably 99.
405 horsepower.
Yep.
I remember the badge distinctly.
Yeah, and that was amazing. So I've seen a lot of cars, tinted a lot of cars.
Oh, that's so cool. And then do you go to Tritek right after that? And how do you acquire the company?
I was always very entrepreneurial since I was a little kid. I pushed lawnmowers to make enough money to buy BMX parts and stuff like that.
Nice.
I was always very competitive. And, you know, as soon as I could tint, I was trying to do it on my own.
Oh, really?
And Tritek was like the third time, and it worked out. It was like a blessing, I guess. You know, that was the one that it worked, and it kept progressing.
So do you start off there as an employee, and then you eventually bought it, or what was that? What was that evolution like too?
Well, with Tritek, it was started by somebody else in 1996. In 2002, I had the opportunity with a partner to purchase the Garland, Texas location.
Oh yeah.
And the partnership didn't work out, but I actually stayed.
Yeah.
And you know, it slowly from nothing just kept growing. It. This was before we had social media.
Oh, really?
It was literally like a door-to-door, you know, knocking on doors, trying to.
Oh, I know that.
You know, old school. Yep.
Yeah.
You know, we had no cars. I was the one who was out there just hitting every dealership you could see, any small to big. We went to apartments and handed out flyers on every door. I mean, and that was exhausting. And looking back, I'm like, I could never do that again. But that's how it all started. And I think that with that experience today versus now, like being one of the first in the industry to do video, social media, and stuff like that, I got a lot of experience. You know, that's hard to beat because I know how to shake hands.
Yep.
You know, take care of people. And also, I have a pretty good idea about the new time, you know, new age of social and things like that in video.
Oh, the whole world's changing. It makes it's a lot of people say it's easier. In some ways it is, but it's also very different. It's a new challenge as well.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot to do. It's a full-time job. Before social media, you didn't have your phone out.
Yep.
You know, it's a day and night thing now. You used to go home and just the phone was done. You know, you're done.
Right.
Now you have to stay on it. Reputation management.
Yep.
You know,
prospective clients, troubleshooting.
It's 24 hours a day, so it's actually made it much more difficult.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's a little bit easier and quicker to scale, but it takes 24 hours a day or 105 hours a week, as you would say.
105 hours a week can't be beat.
That's right, and I totally agree with that.
And you've come a long way. I remember going to the old shop; it was a little cramped, and I remember you guys were still pumping out a huge volume of units. What's it like, and what was the whole process of constructing the new site? And I mean, now it's state of the art. It's got a lot. I'm sure the guys on the team love it too.
Yeah, the old shop. I wish I would have done this 10 years earlier. We were crammed in there, but we figured out the best system to be the most efficient. Yeah. So like if it wasn't for that small shop, I wouldn't have been so efficient today. We kind of figured out how to work like a NASCAR pit crew. Like everybody jumped on one part of the vehicle and we knocked it out because we didn't have enough room to put in multiple vehicles.
Yeah.
So we had to get quick to get them in and out. And it was very hard to work there because we got like 13, 14 employees, one restroom. The customers are waiting in the same place that we're talking to customers, and we're all using the same restroom. We had to wait in line.
Oh, yeah.
It was very, very difficult. We're all over each other, so the guys kind of got into it a lot more because they were just crammed together. And then the new shop, everyone kind of has their own space, their own restrooms, and it's just a lot more. It's a lot more fun, a lot more efficient, and cleaner, and just better, an overall better environment for everybody.
I remember the first time you and I met. I went to the old site, and it was a little cramped, but I mean, just watching everyone working together, it was fascinating how efficient the guys and the team were, and they're just moving units out and out, and just working on them perfectly. It was amazing.
Yeah, we got this new building because at the old place, we were doing a good amount of paint protection film, and I want to keep growing the paint protection film and ceramic coating side, and we just didn't have enough space to keep the cars there.
Yeah.
Those cars stay overnight, so we couldn't take very many.
Actually, that's an interesting question, because I know, so when people think of tint, that's just the windows, but the paint protection, that's a whole all the body panels. What's the difference in terms of the labor, like hours? Like on average, is like a tint job like 1 or 2 hours, and like the body's like 12 to 20, or and again, I know there's trucks versus cars, like the same vehicle, like what would that delta be like on average?
Yeah, I mean, even with the way we do things, a tint job shouldn't be in there more than a few hours. Paint protection film, if it's a full front, there's so much to it that it basically, the prep, the cutting, the washing, all that stuff, you're looking at 3-4 hours is very fast.
Really?
And then generally, you have to keep the car because it's a different type of film and adhesive. It doesn't just stick and you send it on its way. If you let it leave, it's going to probably peel up.
Really?
So you're keeping the car overnight, doing a lot of QC. It's big panels. It's very expensive. So you want to make sure that you're doing a lot of QC. The film is tacking and sticking right before you give it back. So that puts us in a bind in a small place because we can't keep those cars. Even like today, we probably have 10 paint protection film cars staying in the shop right now.
And then for the folks who aren't gearheads or just learning about it and want to protect their new vehicles, what is it conceptually speaking?
It's actually a 8 to 10 mil film. It has a self-healing top coat. So I have a video on YouTube. It's a Tritek window tinting YouTube, and there's a black Ferrari.
And we'll put that in the YouTube description and the Rumble description as well, if you guys want to check that out.
Yeah, so we're like doing paint protection on a black 488 Ferrari.
Oh, really?
And we put the film on. I go in there with a wire brush that we use to like clean the grill.
Yeah.
A real wire brush about this big around, not a big one, but it's still a wire brush. And I just put it on the hood and I start scratching it up.
Yeah.
And because we're not in the sun, we're in the shop. The sun actually will self-heal the scratches, but because we're in the shop, you could we just put a heat gun on there, and the scratches went right away. Then I did it again, basically on the same spot, even a little bit more, and we poured hot water on it, and it went away, and we wiped it off. And that's the self-healing technology. So it's keeping it from getting scratched up, road debris. You're getting rock chips every time you drive your vehicle. You're getting a rock chip. You're getting a little something, a little pepper.
Especially in Texas.
Yeah, and this keeps it from damaging the actual paint. We had a McLaren in there the other day.
Oh, which one?
It was a white McLaren. We have a white McLaren there now, but it's a different one. But the hood had like some chips on it. Didn't look good. The guy wanted his car to look new again. Oh, yeah. We took it off. Sure enough, the paint was fine underneath.
Nice.
Put new film on it. Like, we just delivered a Corvette Z06. We had 3 Corvette Z06s last week. I think you were over there and saw a couple.
The orange one looked amazing in person.
But yeah, I mean, we're doing Teslas, we're doing Hondas, we're doing anything. Like today, it's getting really popular. And if you love your car, you're a gearhead, and you want to keep your paint just pristine, you got to get it protected.
That's one of the most heartbreaking things too, because like even if you because I've dreamed about like, what if I want my little Honda Civic Si to be pristine again? Like even if I won the lottery, I had enough money to repaint it, it's still not going to be the exact shade of when it left the factory. And especially if you get like one scratch on the hood, good luck trying to color match that. So it really is best to get that PPF as soon as you buy the vehicle to protect the whole thing.
Exactly. It's a great investment if you care about your paint.
Oh yeah, and I can't imagine I can't imagine the quote or how much it would cost to repaint like a McLaren hood, like, and to do it properly. So oh my gosh.
And when that goes on the Carfax, the value goes down drastically. So it's almost a no-brainer to buy, A front end's about $2,000. A whole car could be $6,000 to $8,000. But if you're talking several $100,000 just for a vehicle,
makes sense.
You know, it's almost a no-brainer, because if you have to repaint that,
oh jeez,
it's going to hurt.
I can
It's going
imagine.
to hurt your investment and the value of the vehicle.
That's the craziest thing. So again, not financial advice, but it is crazy how with certain luxury cars, like over time, like especially Ferraris with the people that collect them, it almost becomes almost like a stock, because they just they just go up in value over time.
Yeah, the Porsches, Ferraris,
the
the rare
GT3s.
cars. Yep.
Yeah.
You got to do stuff like that to keep them
especially those
pristine. Yep.
They're like, I swear, they're like chip rock magnets. It's like they just attract them on the street.
Yeah, and you're even if you're driving fast on the street, on the highway, on the track, that's what people do, and they get chipped up really quick.
And then what inspired you to lay out for the new place? Because there's a lot more space for all the guys to work in the vehicles. But I know, like, you're showing me just the filtration, just the technology with the filtration system, like, it is state of the art.
Yeah, as I said, being nationally known, being one of the top places in the country and the biggest, best in DFW, I wanted to continue that. And our old store didn't show that, even though we had the reputation. When you walked in, you're kind of like, that's it. So I wanted to go to the next level. Nobody's done this. We have a 10,000 square foot privately owned shop. Nobody has one in all of DFW. The only other one I know is in Houston, Texas. That's privately owned. And we wanted to, we got with some people in the industry, and between my experience and theirs, I put together all these things that would really help our quality. We can show the client how we're different from everybody else, and the layout, like, being in that place, we were in the old building for 21 years.
Oh
so
my gosh.
I really learned the deficiencies of being in a small place and what we needed. So the customers in the old place, they were always getting kind of grouchy.
Yeah.
It wasn't comfortable. It was small. It wasn't, even though I spent a ton of money on air conditioning and heat, it could never cool off really that great.
Yeah.
And they were getting impatient. So in the new place, I was like, we need a nice lounge, a big lounge. We need food so they don't get hangry. We need entertainment. We got 3 TVs, 285 inches, 165. We got a fireplace. We've got like...
Well, you almost made it too nice, because when I go, I don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Like, you got the Wi-Fi, you got the nice plush chairs. It's like, got the coffee, the bathrooms. Like,
Yep. And I learned a ton about that because we sell residential and commercial window tint, and I've been doing the sales for many years.
Oh, really?
And today, like just right here in like Frisco, Texas, there's like $10 million houses, and like I think a base starter house today is like $1 million in Frisco, Texas, I think.
I believe it.
And so I was going to multi-million-dollar houses all the time, right around here, and I got to see what it was like in there. And having the reputation we have, a lot of those people are our clients.
Yeah.
So I wanted them to come in and feel like they were at home, and when they brought their car, like, hey, like, okay, I feel comfortable here, and that was a big differentiator for me to make us look like that versus everybody else. So now when they come in, we have like the marble floors like they do.
That's
we
really
have
nice.
the quartz countertops everywhere like they do.
Well, that's also another really big thing that inspires like just cleanliness, because if it's a white floor, you got to keep that clean, because it'll get dirty really quick. So you guys are taking care of it.
And even their bathrooms.
Oh yeah,
I got because
nice.
I was tinting all the windows. I got to go in their closet.
Yep.
I got to go in their restrooms and their private areas, and I was like, wow, the restrooms have marble from floor to ceiling.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think I did? I did the same thing. And even someone this morning was blown away by it. Everyone that comes in just loves it there. And the customers, even if we end up taking too long and we're like worried, like, oh my gosh, they're going to be mad. And even they look mad, when they get to the counter, they're usually pretty happy because they got some coffee, some snacks, some soda, some water. And they're not hungry. And it's comfy.
Again, I don't know why. To me, when I was visiting, the chairs just really stuck out. Because I just had my laptop with me, so I had some little downtime. So I just booted it up, just hung out a little bit, answered some emails. It was just a really comfortable environment. And of course, even in Texas, it's nice and cool. Like, the air conditioning is top notch.
Yeah, we literally knocked it down inside and put it back up brand new. All brand new AC and heat, brand new electrical, walls, floors, toilets, you name it.
So did you
Lights.
basically bought the building and you just strip out the entire interior and rebuild it?
Yep, the entire interior.
Oh my gosh.
So I kind of had a vision for what we wanted because we didn't have it before.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do this, but I really do care about people, so I wanted the employees to have their own area. I even built a break room with quartz with the same restrooms as the customers and I have for the employees.
That's awesome.
I mean, we really went all the way.
Well, they also have the massage room too.
Yeah,
that's nice. I wish I did any auto sales and auto service way back in my day. I wish I had a tenth of that.
Yep,
That's
I'm
really
working
nice.
on doing a health room. As of right now, the only thing in there is a chiropractic table.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah.
I'm in the works of getting some health equipment to do like some physical therapy and stuff like that.
Nice.
But we have a chiropractor come out every single week and just work on the guys just to make sure like, hey, their shoulders in the right place and stuff that they use a lot, their back, their hips are good. That kept me going for 15 more years when I thought I couldn't do it anymore.
Right.
I found a chiropractor and it extended my installation career by a lot. And it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't be where I am now. So I wanted to kind of pass that on to them.
That's excellent. Paying it forward, man. That's the way to do it.
Yep.
And it feels so spaced out too in terms of the interior. I mean, how many cars could you fit there? Because you have nice space between the bays too and everything.
Yeah, we're probably generally working on about 15 cars at a time inside with plenty of space, and they're all safe. At night, you could probably put in 30 cars.
Wow, really?
When you just kind of put them all together and park them. But yeah, the point was to get the paint protection film growing, and we needed more space for that. And so now we have a whole paint protection film section in the back of the building with the best things that you can get to make them more efficient, to make their work higher quality, air filtration systems, water filtration systems.
Yeah, because there's like 8 to 10 units. So when I was looking up at the ceiling, because I mean, the nerd in me always looks up like, where's the Wi-Fi unit? Or where's the wireless access point? But like I saw the filtration units. It almost was like a really high-end rifle range. Because when you look at or a cigar lounge, like they are massive industrial ones.
Yeah, we got 6 of them.
Yeah.
And they have their own room with their own cutting machines and plotters and film, and it all is in their own section. The window tinters have their own section with all that, so it's as efficient as it can be. We can put as many cars as we need in there to grow the company.
That's awesome. And out of curiosity, remember going back to when you were doing the residential, I mean, I know a lot of folks will get tints just, they don't like the sun, but how much of an impact, I remember you telling me, like, how much of an impact does it have on their electric bill? Because it just cools down the house because the heat doesn't go through the window quite as much.
Yeah, it insulates the window. Today we have film technologies that are like ceramic window tint, where you can get about 94% of infrared heat rejection, which is like the heat you feel from the sun.
Yeah.
And it stops that. Like if you stand in front of a window and the sun's coming in right now, in 60 seconds, you're sweating and burning almost like you're outside.
Oh, yeah.
We put the film up, and you can stand there as long as you want. It's just instant relief.
That's got to be...
And depending on the way the house sits, east, west, south, depending on how the sun sits, you can get 30% of savings on your electricity bill. So
that's insanely good.
In a couple of years, it'll pay for itself.
That's exceptionally good. Absolutely. That's a good investment.
It is. We're selling it every day, and we have 2 vans now that are out doing installation and sales.
Very cool.
And it's working because the referrals keep coming and the calls keep coming, and everyone who gets it's happy.
That's awesome. Out of curiosity, because I know with cars, every car is different. So you have the plotting machine, you'll enter the make and model of the vehicle. But like, how does that work for residential with those windows? Is it very similar tech? Because I know there's like 3 to 4 major window manufacturers, but how does that work in terms of logistics and the cutting of the material?
Actually, you just bring the sizes of the rolls you need, and you hand cut them on site.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's a little bit more old school because you show up, you know what roll size you need, and you pull the film right there and stick it on there, and you hand cut it to, because every window is different on a house. It's not like a car where you know exactly the size and what you're getting into. At a house, everything's different. The curvatures, the sizes. Some are massive, like in commercial buildings. Some are small, some are round. So you just hand cut them on site.
And how's that been? Has that been one of the biggest growing part of the businesses?
It's been pretty steady and pretty close the last few years. It was growing quite a bit every year, but it's been, honestly, it's a little flat right now.
Oh, yeah.
There's probably some extra reasons for that in the world today we won't go into, but The paint protection film is where we're really pushing with the new building, and it is growing. Everything else is kind of flat, but at least we're not down.
I know most businesses I work with this fiscal year are usually, most of them are kind of hold steady or if anything decreasing on average with their revenues.
Yep, and I'll be happy if we make it through this year just kind of about the same as last year. And it feels kind of like 2020 all over again.
Oh yeah, kind of cyclical.
In 2019 we grew. 2020 we kind of stayed the same. In 2021 we exploded again.
Really?
So I'm hoping after this cycle, we'll get back to growing.
Absolutely.
And we've done everything we can, and we're still doing everything we can to put new systems in, processes, new, better equipment. We got the new building going this year, so hopefully next year we'll be ready to explode.
Out of curiosity, how's it like in terms of commercial sales? Because I know you have like residential with the houses. What about like business buildings? Is that growing too, or what's that like?
Yeah, it's the same. Honestly, we're a little bit, we're pretty close to last year. I do think it's going to get better. I think people are a little bit tight with the money, even the companies. We had a big job for FedEx.
Oh, nice.
That we're going to do safety film on. You were asking me some questions about it earlier. We were putting a safety film on there, which is what you'll see like in buildings by the ocean for hurricanes. It's a 8 to 14 mil usually film.
Really?
It has a structural sealant that goes on the metal frames of the around the window, seals the film and the glass to the frame of the building.
Really?
So, you know, in the government buildings, you have this. They're starting to put it in all the schools. If there's an explosion, the glass won't fly. It holds it in place. If a hurricane comes, there's high winds, it holds it in place. As long as the building structure is in place, the glass is in place.
That's a pretty cool safety feature.
We were going to do that for FedEx, where they're having some theft issues. So there's some videos online where there's like thieves trying to break in. It's really easy to throw a brick through a window and get in anywhere, right?
True.
With this film that's sealed properly to the structure, the brick can come back and hit you in the head. And there's videos online of that happening where they knock themselves out or knock their buddy out. And it takes a while to get in. We actually put that on our building as well.
Really? That's awesome. Is that manufactured by Expel, or who makes that particular
There's multiple manufacturers. We use only Expel products. We're one of their biggest accounts.
Oh, nice.
We have a great partnership. We support them. They support us back. So they make amazing products. And they're always moving forward, where a lot of the older companies, they're kind of like staying the same.
Yeah.
So we love Expel.
Well, most successful businesses in history got to innovate or die.
That's right.
It's constant innovation, and if you don't, you end up like Kodak.
That's exactly right. We were with a company that's been around, gosh, over 100 years, and they have great products.
Oh, wow.
But they're never moving forward. Their marketing looks old.
Yeah.
You know, and we're trying to grow. We're trying to move forward. We're trying to stay with the times.
Oh, yeah.
And they weren't. And I found Expel, and they found me, and it just looked like a good fit.
That's awesome. You know, again, that's what customers want. You always have something newer and better for them, too. Especially with the safety, too. I can see that part of the business. I was going to say exploding, pun moderately intended.
Yeah. But as we were saying with the economy, we got the purchase order to do the job. When you get a purchase order from a big company, that means your money's clear. You get, let's go.
Exactly.
I mean, even if you go to court, if you have the purchase order, they have to pay you by law.
Yeah.
And they stopped the job on us last week, and I don't know why. Something at the top of the, something from the board said to stop spending money. So now we're holding. We still have the purchase order.
But it's just delayed a little bit.
We have all the film and supplies just sitting there now.
We're seeing that in IT too, so especially a lot of things that businesses might consider more of a luxury. So like, I mean, laptops is something where we sell a couple. Again, it's not our core competency. It's mostly cybersecurity, but like, we sell a couple laptops a year, and it's one of those things where businesses could always look at the laptop and be like, well, does it still run? Yeah. Does it still run fast enough? Yeah. We could probably put a Band-Aid on that for one more year. Let's extend the life cycle of this laptop. It's like even we're seeing a lot of businesses kind of putting the pause in certain initiatives just because, and again, it's kind of natural. It doesn't really matter who's running, politically speaking, but every political cycle is just a pause because there's uncertainty.
Exactly.
So it's just one of those things where we just kind of keep pressing forward and focus on our core competencies and really just keeping better communication even more than usual with the customer and say, what are the core things you need to do this year that we can assist with?
And in this case, I think they're going to go ahead and do it quickly.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to get broke into one more time, and they're going to be like, why did we not do that?
Exactly. So. Well, it's also, the cost of goods sold. And, it's one of those things where with the explosion of e-commerce, you never know what's the value of the stuff in that truck these days. I mean, it could be, it's not inconceivable to think it could be $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 plus of materials and goods and all that stuff crammed in there these days.
Well, this is their warehouse, the shipping warehouse.
Yeah, that's even more.
Somebody knows what they have, and they know exactly what they want is.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be setting us up here soon.
Oh, absolutely.
It keeps happening. This is the second or third building we're doing.
Oh, really?
And they have to do this nationally, so it's a big issue.
You think you'll try to go after the national contract too? Or actually, that's one of my little ADHD questions. What's the kind of growth? Do you think you'll go a little outside of Texas or go down south or more?
As of right now, I'm focusing on the DFW area and a little bit out, but not far out.
Yeah.
In the future, depending on our team and how we grow our leadership, I wouldn't mind going maybe to Austin, Texas, or something like that. I like Texas and I like Florida.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also so hot here that everybody wants to do this. So,
true.
You really have to think about how much do I want to get into? How much more stress do I want to add? And right now, I just want to grow and build the super shop, here locally.
Well, the good thing about DFW, you can't go, 2 seconds without another business saying, oh, yeah, we're going to move to Texas and DFW again. Yep. It's like all the corporate headquarters keep moving here, which is awesome because, they bring the jobs, the people, the opportunities. So it's a good place to be for business.
Yeah, exactly. And, us being the biggest, we have a target on our head, on our back. And, I'm driving around in this McLaren and everyone's like, I want to do that too. And so you see a lot of people, copying what we do, which is fine. You got to copy what works. I love to inspire people, but at the same time, a lot of people are doing what we do and just right here in our area and following us. And that's okay. I have to stay a couple steps ahead and they keep me sharp.
I was going to say, the best thing about competition keeps you sharp and keeps you just inspired to fight that much harder. And again, bring new tech to the customers, new options to the customers, and kind of show them. I was going to say, it's almost like a clean room from a tech perspective, your work environment. It's so much nicer than the competition. And they know when they bring their car there, it's going to be a clean job. There's not going to be some, little knick-knack or fly or something under the paint protection. I mean, it's going to be done right.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, we're not perfect, just like anybody. We're human. But the thing that also differentiates us is the fact that if we do have something wrong, we don't worry about the cost. We just replace it. And if something leaves that you're not happy with, we just fix it. There's no argument.
Yeah.
And that's something that most people aren't going to do. Most companies aren't going to do. You're kind of losing that human touch. Agreed. Everything's so automated. Customer service is kind of almost non-existent today.
Or outsourced, yeah.
Yeah, and we're keeping it, with the human touch, really high customer service, standards, and people love that. And the same thing, when you walk into the building, you're like, wow. Yeah. And we want you to feel like from A to Z, you're taken care of. Even this morning, someone came back and said we poked a little hole in their dash. Though it's very possible we didn't. We might have. Yeah. I couldn't see it on the video, and I didn't argue with them. I said, I'm going to take care of it. I don't know whose fault it was. There's no point to make an unhappy person. We're going to take care of this, and you're going to be happy, and you're going to tell everybody that we took care of you. We're an awesome company. Instead, you could have left and said we did a horrible job. We screwed you over. And then when you're upset, you're going to tell everybody. Oh, yeah. You're going to put it on social media today. Yeah. So it's not worth that.
That's one of those kind of sad things about, I don't know if it's like a humanity thing or United States specific, but they've done multiple studies for this show. If you have an exceptional customer service experience, or this is the best ever, on average, you'll tell 1.2 people. But if you have a negative experience, they'll tell 7.63 people. It's so negatively weighed. It's insane.
But if somebody like me goes on social media, I might tell 10,000 people
precisely
in 1 second.
Exactly.
In the lobby that while I'm sitting there. It might be a million. It might go viral.
And out of curiosity, in terms of the customer support, is that through you or Expel for the 10-year warranty? Because that got my attention. 10 years?
Yeah, for the paint protection film. Yeah. And
so is that through Expel or you or both?
Expel actually does back it for us. So they're going to reimburse us somehow if there ever is an issue. But it's also through us. Yeah. We're going to take care of the warranty, and we're going to deal with Expel for you so you don't have to.
Because, name one other product we buy in our life that has a 10-year warranty.
And, and we have 10-year lifetime warranty on automotive and residential window tint.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
that's even better. That's insanely good.
Yeah, and it's backed by XPEL as long as the paperwork's right.
Oh, very nice. That's really good. I'm gonna say, knock on wood, I'll get my dream house one of these days. I'll be able to hit you guys up for all the nice windows there and keep it nice and cool.
Yep, you'd love that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. And how's the business evolved from a marketing perspective? Remember when you first started the company, you were doing, pound the pavement, which what I did too when I first started my tech company. And now you got a really cool daily show for your marketing, do a lot more digital stuff. How's the evolution been, and what are some challenges, and how much fun have you had, or what's your favorite thing to do in that regard?
I love to be ahead of the game and just coming up with creative ideas. It's not super creative, because you're watching big companies do these type of things. But us who are a smaller company, even though we're big in our industry, we're really a small company in the scheme of things. But we're like, I've been doing social media for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
So almost as long as you've been able to.
Yeah.
I look back at my memories. There's like, 15-year-old, 14-year-old, 12, 13-year-old posts all the time. I love the memories because of that. And you kind of like humbles you, remember your past.
Oh, yeah.
But I've been posting the work we've been doing for that long, and hardly anybody was doing that. I started doing videos about 2014, 2015 with a professional videographer. Just like doing a house or doing a window tint job or just showing our work and our quality. And today it's kind of gone from like, I have multiple teams now doing it. Here we got Gomez Marketing Group, who's with me every week.
Yeah.
Literally every week we've done this is our 111th episode.
Nice.
We do one every week. We do reels, we do pictures, and he's here at the show. This is going to be in our day in the life video.
Excellent. That's my favorite. I've been watching that for the past couple of weeks, and it's such a brilliant concept because again, you get to see there's so many things that change. Like you get to see the team evolve, but also get to see all the cool different vehicles and all different fun challenges. And to me, it's better because I used to love the automotive series that they used to have on Discovery back when that was a thing. But the thing I didn't like personally was like all the BS made up drama and all the scripted crap, which to me I don't like. I like seeing the automotive. I like to see the auto stuff and the techno stuff. Like your show is much more that oriented. It's much more professionally done in that regard. Yeah.
Christian, the owner of Gomez Marketing Group, is awesome to work with. He's got great experience. He's taping this right now, and Topping Technologies is going to be in our video too.
Heck yeah.
So I love to collaborate.
We'll put them into YouTube and the Rumble description too, so you can check out their website.
Exactly. I love collaborating. We're all trying to grow.
Oh, yeah.
Christian's trying to grow. You're trying to grow. We're trying to grow. So I collaborate with a lot of people in this video series that we're doing, A Day in the Life. It's literally about just like what we do. Like we're working on this car. We're doing that. We have some issues. The guys are having fun.
Yeah.
We show some of how we do some of the work, the quality. So I think everybody's kind of watching that. And we're growing a lot of fans. Like even our residential commercial window tenter Randy, he'll show up at a house and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Tritek's here. Like they watch us on YouTube, they think we're TV stars.
Yeah.
Or I'm walking around the shop and Gas Monkey Garage is a big show. Well, Gas Monkey Garage, Richard Rollins. It's a big show from DFW.
Yeah, his Mustang is always really cool.
And I'm just not trying to compare, but I feel like that sometimes people are like, hey, I know you, I saw you, and people want to meet you and shake your hand, and I'm still trying to get used to that. But it's going really well because they get to know us without even seeing us firsthand, and people are watching. Most people don't comment, you don't see them supporting you, but everybody you see and everybody you meet, they're watching.
Yeah.
So interesting. So I think that's kind of the next level. Hardly anyone does this in the industry, in our industry. It's so time consuming, 111 weeks straight.
Oh yeah. And especially
it's expensive.
Oh yeah.
You know how expensive it is to have all this.
Especially when you're doing, because you guys have really nice, throw some music and some backgrounds, but it is really great production quality. And keeping track of all of that data, doing the editing, uploading it. I mean, of course, that's why I have a team do it for you. I mean, it's a huge task in and of itself. And I'm kind of curious because I watched the videos, and I bet for prospective clients, it inspires more faith because you're seeing the company, actually doing the jobs. Do you also get a lot of people who look at it and go, hey, I want to work there? Is it equally a good tool for recruiting mechanism as well, and in addition to prospective clients? And where have you seen the biggest impact from the videos?
You're exactly right. I want people to see that it's a great place to work, a great environment, the guys just have a great place to be, and they have fun. This summer, it's been in the 70s with air condition.
Oh yeah.
Our old shop would have been high 80s, low 90s.
I think it was.
Even with air conditioning.
I think it was when I went there
Yeah.
a couple years, 2 or 3 years ago.
A lot of window tint shops don't have air conditioning even today.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a great environment, and I think it does help us recruit. And as we grow and the show grows, we'll recruit more people, and that's a great reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, of course, people are getting to know us, and they feel comfortable spending money with us because people buy from people they know, like, and trust.
Precisely.
And they're watching us on TV. On YouTube TV.
Oh yeah.
So they're getting to know how we work, how we operate, how we fix stuff if there's an issue, instead of tell people to go F themselves. We don't do that. Most places do.
True.
And they're going to come spend money with us.
Out of curiosity, is YouTube the main source for the marketing, or have you tried doing do you do Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads?
So we have a social media team. We have a website, Google SEO team, which are separate.
Excellent.
And we have our video team, who could possibly be doing some more for us soon.
Excellent. Any hints at what it might be, or maybe off the channel?
Well, yeah, I just want to keep progressing. So whatever it takes, and I want to work with people I trust, and that's why Gomez Marketing Group's here. I know I keep shouting them out.
I like
but
it.
I trust them. We become very close, and I always get them work and help them meet people. That way he's growing, and he's always sending people our way, and just been awesome. And the other thing is, like, you work 105 hours a week, and you can't be beat. He's the same way.
I love it.
I don't physically work like that anymore, but you'll find me responding to people at 2 a.m.
Oh gosh.
I want to make sure the sales are coming in for the next day, the people are fed.
Yep.
I'm always doing the reputation management. I'm on social media groups.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, where do I get this? Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
So 24/7, that's a job for me. And if we get a bad review, it could be Sunday. It ruins my day almost.
Yep.
I'm on it. Like, we got to fix this. Who is it? What happened? Is it real? And I'm trying to get it fixed even on Sunday morning. So that's what it takes.
Out of curiosity, do you guys post on like a TikTok or X Twitter, or have you had success with those?
We want to really hit what's local. YouTube obviously isn't completely local, but we're targeting Facebook, Instagram,
Nice.
And Google, like, local areas and zip codes.
So do you do targeted ads for the YouTube yet?
Yep. Oh, just very little, not a whole lot. We're dabbling.
I've thought about. I've actually just opened an account with the Google Ads accounts to try to tip my toes to see that, because I know with certain websites, it's like certain platforms, you can filter based on everything from a zip code to job title to age, to like all those demographics. And I debate which one's most effective. Like I've experimented with like LinkedIn, which I think would be pretty cool to have show a couple of your cars on that. But like in terms of boosting the ads compared to other platforms, it hasn't been as efficient for my company personally. It might be interesting to see how that works out with you guys too.
Yeah, I don't have a lot, so maybe on the third, if I have the opportunity to come back the third time in a couple of years, maybe we'll have a lot of data to talk about with the YouTube marketing, because I feel like we do need to push a little further into that too.
Oh yeah, I mean it's insane. There's a reason over 1 billion people are on that platform daily. It's astonishing how big it'll be. I hope Rumble grows to be even bigger, because again, that's how you get newer, cooler features. You get competition knocking on the door. So I'm hoping that Rumble keeps growing more and more. But it'll be interesting to see, how much market share they realistically get at the end of the day.
Yeah, we haven't got into Rumble yet, and we might have to do that.
Oh yeah, it's a pretty good platform. They've been growing. The features are getting there slowly but surely. They're getting more market share. They had an IPO probably about 7 or 8 months ago. So people see them more, being more stable, relatively speaking. In terms of publicly traded entity. They're starting to build out their business set, or they're selling to businesses, the commercial side of the company as well. So I think they'll grow slowly but surely. Not financial advice, though.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on TikTok? Are you guys on that platform, or what's marketing like in that regard?
I don't know, because it's so nationwide as well.
Yeah.
We do have a TikTok, but I let the social media team worry about that.
Yeah.
I'm still more. I guess I don't want to say, but more old school.
Good.
The young people say Facebook's for old people. And I'm on Facebook the most, so I guess I'm becoming an old person.
It's becoming MySpace.
But second is Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
And I let the social media people worry about the rest.
Yeah.
I like to check this, YouTube and stuff like that, and I reply to comments and things like that. But
Oh, yeah.
I don't look at TikTok and mainly just Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, those are the big three.
Yep.
Then, out of curiosity, you said you might start to put a dedicated team together to go to car meets and car shows. Because I can see that'd be a big business opportunity for you guys as well.
Yeah, like being in the car industry, you meet so many awesome people, and a lot of the car clubs are like really cliquish.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's not really my thing, the click it thing. Like I have so many cool customers.
Yeah.
And we've got customers that are cardiologists, heart surgeons, spinal surgeons, tech companies, videographers. They own restaurants.
Oh, cool.
And a lot of them say the same thing, like the car meets are so cliquish, I don't even want to hang out with those groups.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're all kind of friends. We all kind of have the same mindset. We should probably start a car meet once a month at Tritek Window Tinting in Garland, Texas.
Hell yeah.
We've got friends from all over the Metroplex with awesome cars.
Yeah.
It can be a Civic or Ferrari. We're not going to judge you because we're gearheads.
I won't have to park in the corner.
Nah, you can park wherever you want to. We're going to, my buddies. So this morning we had a one of 3 McLaren 720Ss with a Liberty Walk kit. It's like
really?
full body, wide body. It's like insane.
Oh, no way.
Wide back tires, 355s. One of 3 was at SEMA, the SEMA show.
Yeah.
This last time. He pulled up to our shop this morning. He owns OMG Tacos.
Oh, yeah.
OMG Tacos are great.
Oh,
I don't know
delicious.
if you've ever had it.
Yeah.
He said he would bring food to the car meet.
There you go.
We all get to cross promote our businesses. We all get to hang out and have some food, some refreshments, talk about cars for a couple hours, and I think that'd be a lot of fun. So
absolutely,
I'll be inviting you. Look to hear from me about that soon.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I think it's going to be a good time.
Absolutely. Now, what's your dreams for the company? Do you think eventually? I remember you saying you want to kind of stay in Texas, but have you thought about like, you inspired to open up another location or like a franchise model, or do you spend a lot of time thinking about that?
Now I'm 42. I'm gonna be 43 next year. I feel like I'm starting to get a lot wiser.
Yeah.
and life's going by so fast.
True.
Like the last 20 years have been a blur, and they've gone so fast. I still feel 20 in my brain, but my body doesn't feel 20. And I like to help people. I want to see the right people grow with the company. That's why I built the super shop, because I could have stayed in the small business, kept leasing the building and making good money.
Yeah.
But there was no more growth for anyone else. Like if the company stays the same and it never changes, how is anyone else ever going to grow there?
Yeah.
So I've got some good people that I want to see like do more. And so I had to do something about it. And we got this big building. I wanted to build the super shop and see how far we could take it. Remember, we just got in the building this year, and our numbers are about the same as last year in the small shop. But we have so far we can go still in this new shop. So I've got a couple things in my mind for the future, possibly franchising.
Yeah.
Maybe take the most successful tent shop in Texas.
Yeah.
And maybe teach people how to just grow their own and sell a business in a box, franchise the name. That's one idea. It's not going to happen very fast.
Yeah.
I still don't want to do that, but it's an idea.
Oh, absolutely.
It's an option. 2, if I keep struggling and I don't feel like I have the team that I need to run the company without me, maybe I'll sell the company someday. That's not what I want to do. That's worst case scenario. I want to see some people do really well and have a great lifestyle there. But that's an option. But right now it's like, I basically got a 10-year plan to grow this thing as big as it can be. And that's what I want to do.
You want to chat a little bit about that 10-year plan, or keep it under the cap, so to say? Or
no, I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Last time I was here, we were growing about 50% a year.
Wow.
We're not growing this year.
It's a different year.
Exactly.
Unusual year.
I want to get back to that. So I feel like We have a long way we can go, a lot we can do, hire some more people, and take over the paint protection film residential commercial market, do a few more tent jobs, and see how far we can take it. Because if we can take this thing big enough, then it's going to be a lot easier to sell when you've already done it. See,
True.
Everybody wants to say they know what they're doing and they're the best, without actually proving it. So I want to prove it. Like, it's undeniable that we've done this. Everybody knows it. The facts, the statistics, the numbers are there. And then I might sell it, franchise it, write a book about it.
Yeah.
Let my guys run it and make a bunch of money while I make a bunch of money at the beach.
There you go.
You know, while they're working. You know, those are all options.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know where it's going to go. But one of those things will happen in the next, 8 to 10 years.
Sounds good. How have things been going outside of the work? When you do have a couple minutes of free time?
Yeah. Honestly, I've got a couple little kids.
Yeah.
They take a lot of the time. They're growing up so fast, too. So I get home, hang out with them a little bit, hang out with them on Sundays. I really love taking them to the beach. We just got back from Florida.
Oh, nice.
And that's the best right now while they're little. I want to do more vacations like that because they grow so fast. And that's my favorite thing to do. The other things, you have to be aligned, with your business. So that's why I have an awesome car. It's really fast.
Oh, yeah.
I get to drive it. I get attention. I get to meet more people and can be potential friends and clients. And we go out to car meets. Like this Saturday, we're talking about going to Cars and Coffee.
Nice.
It's a huge car event, getting a couple of the guys together that aren't cliquish, that are just cool people to hang out with, and go roll out there and meet people, have fun, and then go back to work.
Yeah. And what mods have you done to the McLaren thus far?
The McLaren has what you would call, I don't know if you've heard of Jotech Motorsports in Garland, Texas.
I've heard of them.
They're kind of the OG tuner shops in Garland in Dallas. Been doing it longer than I've been doing tint.
Oh, wow.
And it's called like a Stage 2 Plus is what they call it. It's got full exhaust, straight pipes,
Nice.
titanium exhaust, intake inlets, and bigger injectors, bigger coil packs, ethanol tune. It's
There
tuned.
you go.
And it's making like their 1,000 horsepower package.
Oh my gosh, what is it from the factory for the folks who might not know?
They're about 690 horsepower to the wheels.
Wow.
This one's pushing over 900 to the wheels. Just a few
Nice.
bolt-ons.
Yeah.
It's a blast. It rips.
It sounds like a symphony when you hear that. I heard you pulling up. I'm like, oh, that's David. I know he's here.
Yep. And we had to get across town, and it's good timing, so we hopped in the car and hauled butt over here.
Nice. And then out of curiosity, because I know it looks beautiful in that blue, is it coincidence that's the same as the company color, or did one come after the other? Or what was the order of that?
The company color has been just going more and more towards that like Miami blue. This is called Fistral blue, like the light blue.
I like that one.
And when I saw that color, I'm just totally attracted to it in the car. We've had the blue logos, but it's going more from this logo here, if you can see it in the camera, to more of a lighter blue. And look up Fistral blue McLaren or Miami blue Porsche, and that's kind of like the sign on the building now. It looks like that. And when I saw that color, I was like, I have to have it.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to find. And when I found it, the timing was just right. I just sold my Lamborghini.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to have that car because I won't find another one.
No, because we've been to a couple of car shows together, and you're always the only blue McLaren there.
Yeah. There's a few in Texas, but I don't ever see them when I go to the car meet.
Yeah.
So, I think there's only like 3 that I know of in Texas, that color.
And how fast have you gotten her up to?
About 180.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll do 212.
Oh my god!
But I don't see the need to go much faster. Now I like to do quick bursts.
Oh, yeah.
And with that power, it gets there quickly. I don't want to hold it any longer.
Well, I still remember the first time we went. I mean, I got thrown into my seat. I was astonished how much power it was. And I've been in race cars. It's incredible. It's so much fun. I was smiling ear to ear the whole time.
Yep. Yeah, it rips. And that's my hobby, right?
Yeah.
Like I get to go to the car meet. I get to meet people to help the business. Have awesome friendships with these people, and I get to drive the car. So that's the hobby. That's all I do. That kids and work, it's all kind of aligned.
Have you thought about going to the track yet?
I've got several people want me to go to Eagles Canyon Raceway.
ECR is great.
Yep. Everyone that I know that is into that says that's the best track.
It is.
I just did a quote on tinting their windows up there.
Oh, really? No way.
It may or may not happen soon.
Nice.
But yeah, they want me to become a member.
Of course.
But it's like I'm going to get addicted to it, and I just don't want to put that much time into anything else right now because of the family, the little kids. The little kids are so important. When they're a little bit bigger, I think this may be something that I do. I really think I want to do it, but right now I need to put that time. The little time that I do have, I want to make sure I'm with my kids, so I'm not picking up extra hobbies.
Are the kids into cars and racing yet? Or they like to play video game race cars or go-karting? Or
They know what every car is.
Yeah.
Daddy, that's a Corvette. Daddy, your McLaren's the fastest, right?
There you go.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really into cars, but they're 5 and 7, almost 8. They're really into YouTube and iPads. And Roblox.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yep, the Roblox.
So yeah, they video games are life for them right now, and iPads.
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna say thanks so much for coming on the show, David. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, of course, man. It's been an honor.
Absolutely. We'll have to have you again for part 3 one of these days.
I can't wait.
And also for the folks tuning in, we'll have Tritek.com in the description as well, so it's a marketing company. So if you want to check it out more. Again, thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Give us some feedback. Also, give us a thumbs up. Also helps with the magical YouTube and Rumble algorithms. Don't forget to also tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, and thanks for tuning in. Topping Talks.